Hello there, it's ToadParagon4 here with another video here in my kitchen. As you may notice, between now and my last video I went ahead and I bought Fraps. Had a little bit of trouble with it actually, getting it to accept my login information to actually download it, but either way, I got that done. So I have a couple of quick things. I plan on keeping this video short. But there are two things actually that I need to show you. One is the zombie grinder. Another one is the mailroom. Whoops. Forgot to go and close everyone's mailbox back. There we go. Now let me come over here. I actually have not tested this yet, so hopefully it works. There we go. Perfect. So let me show you what I did real quick. Well, as you notice, the redstone is a lot cleaner now. Just a ton cleaner. It does open faster. Of course, there is a random aspect to it, just depending on where the minecart is in the cycle. However, we have item filters here, which these are the new item filters I use, not the old ones that required the big loop in the track. That slowed it down so much. That comes down here and feeds a T flip-flop, which just goes to this piston here. And likewise, just as before, we have the mailbox here with redstone that also can trigger the T flip-flop. So overall, this is much cleaner and much faster. The minecart doesn't have to travel as far due to the fact that it can just take a straight track here rather than doing all the loops. So that really saves time, as well as the fact that now it's a lot easier to access and retrieve the keys whenever I go and return a bunch of keys to someone. So I'm very happy with the way it turned out. And I put a door here. Also, another thing, because of the way the track is shaped now, if somehow this minecart gets bumped and it goes backwards, before it would actually go backwards and get stuck in a block. Now, since the track is completely continuous, that won't happen. However, if it does go the wrong direction, it still needs to be fixed, because I have this filter here for stray stuff that gets caught in it. Since it will pick up random stuff, and if someone throws in the wrong thing, this is intended to filter that out. If it does go the wrong way, then it'll filter out the keys. So it still needs to go the correct direction, but it's much easier to fix now. Also, there are always zombie noises over here, and I have no idea where they are. I even dug around earlier and just could not find them. But now over to the zombie grinder. Right over here. Alright. So this is it in all of its glory. So, enchanting table here with torches in case if you want to cut it down. I'll probably put a chest somewhere just to hold like half a stack of torches in case people do want to cut it down. Right now it's limited to only the lowest level enchants. So, ender chest and crafting bench. I'll go ahead and grab some iron. So, I had a lot of when I asked people who actually play on the server, when I asked them what they wanted as far as anvils, they gave me a lot of mixed responses as far as what the anvil policy here is going to be, because I can't constantly be supplying anvils. It's just too expensive. I mean, half a stack of iron nearly every time an anvil breaks, and anvils break far too often. So I had to decide either have them pay to come in to help cover anvil cost, or have everyone just bring their own anvil. And instead, I actually went with a combination where if you paid, you would get anvil access. So this stays down until someone crosses through this door. So as long as you're in here, you have anvil access if you pay an iron block, which might seem a little cheap, but if I'm stocking anvils, I mean, I can't afford to just constantly make anvils. Now over here, we'll have 3 shops. Splash potion of healing, block of lapis, and 3 books. The books kind of go everywhere, but yeah, pretty much if you wait the correct amount of time, 3 iron gets you 3 level 30 enchants. So that was the idea there. I mean, this is a very simple mechanism going on. Just break this down. Okay. I just have 3 payment filter things here. 3 item filter things here. So this one gives the books, just goes and pulses 3 droppers. This is the one to the blocks of lapis. Just pulses that. And this one is to the splash potions of healing. Now, what I have here connected to the potion dispenser, well, dropper, is actually an auto brewery. So this is quite simple. What I have here are 3 droppers, each one with a different ingredient for splash potions of healing in order. Every time this redstone torch goes high, it pulses these, drops the ingredients into this brewing stand in order. And then in this chest, I have a reservoir of water bottles. I don't believe there's any automated way to fill them. They might eventually do that with dispensers, like you can place and withdraw buckets of water or lava. They might end up doing that, but I have no idea. So I actually need to refill it. If I hop on top of here, I have water right here with a hopper, just so I can hold right click and spray water bottles into this hopper. So pretty basic there. And as for the control mechanism on this, I have, just like at my house with the small auto brewer of air, I had the same control mechanism, a little bit twisted to make it work with a lot of the redstone, to give it better redstone control, and to give access to easy control over these droppers. And if I run this back, I have it connected to a clock. Now, this clock, I believe, will go for approximately a minute and 3 seconds. Oh, every 31 seconds, it switches back and forth, which switches this signal. Now, this is a pulse limiter. What this does is, since this line here is high half the time, I didn't want to directly use that line to switch the auto brewer, because that means that half the time the auto brewer would be off, and half the time it would actually be brewing, and I would have to double the amount of items in here. With this way, when it goes high, which is when it drains the brewing stand, draining the brewing stand doesn't take very long. So I have these repeaters here, which then cut this piston, which means that I have 12 ticks to let the brewing stand drain, and then the signal gets cut and it goes low again. When it goes low, that's when it actually dispenses more ingredients and starts brewing potions. So, pretty cool mechanism there, just a basic pulse limiter. I know that there is a better way to do this, but I don't mind using a piston because I had them on me, really. And then I have a comparator hooked to this chest. This chest is just a reservoir for splash potions, and when this chest is halfway full, it comes over here and cuts off the clock. So at any one time, so if I think I need to remove one more in order for this to trigger. Yeah, you see this went dark. That clock is now going. And what you'll see is, once this ticks over, which it's almost done with, there is a startup time. Okay, so you see that pulsed. This is still sitting here. Pretty much this thing needs to cycle completely over before it actually gets going again. And I can speed that up just by... There we go. So you can see that gave it time to... Ooh, that's never happened. It's entirely possible that was my fault for messing with it. But that's never happened before. I mean, all these brewed automatically without getting a water bottle. So, I'm not too worried about it. But, yeah, so pretty cool mechanism there. I didn't worry with making it compact just because I don't need to, because I had all this room anyway. So, I mean, I definitely could have truncated this down a lot, but I couldn't be bothered. I mean, it just cost me a little bit of redstone, so why worry? Of course, I have these lockers. Just got a bunch of stuff in here right now. Just pretty basic. Been accumulating quite a few friends here. Over here, I have deposits for every item that is likely to drop. So any garbage that you get, like potatoes or rotten flesh or carrots, I guess, you can just throw into here. Any gold armor, you throw into here. Leather, throw into here. And if you get like chainmail, iron, or diamond, or any of that sort of stuff, and you don't feel like holding on to it, you can always throw it in here. So Matter of fact, let me fix that. Just realized I didn't have any splash potions in here. Thought I did. No problem. So the ones with armor don't always die. It's just sort of one of the downsides of it, but yeah, so chainmail, throw it in here, leather, throw it in here, gold in here, and rotten flesh in here. And I guess I'll eat this carrot. And that stuff just drains into large storage banks I have right behind it. So if I come back here, this is the one for the junk. Hopefully this never fills. I forget which one it fills first. Yeah, I bet you it's this one. Yeah, so just a bunch of junk. Oh, that's a lot of gold. Some leather, and finally some chainmail, and a little bit of iron. So, and that's just very, very basic hoppers connected to. I'm going to put a block behind this. Hoppers behind or underneath the chest. So, and I do have a safety setup to where this is a trapped chest. So while you're looking at it, nothing will drain. So you don't accidentally throw something in there that you don't want to throw in there. But okay, so now I'm going to exit this door here. I'm going to see that that closed. Now I didn't do this redstone very intelligently either. You can hear a piston fire every time you look over there, even if it's not open. But I'll show you that mechanism real quick. Just got a bunch of stuff in here that I want to get rid of that wasn't really valuable. Here are the spawners themselves. Then in here I have the redstone that actually this is the redstone I did just for the sake of having this stay open longer. But if I come down here, okay, so here is where I'm just stack the anvils so I can fit 4 in here at a time. I don't have 4 stocked in here right now, but I should do that. And if I come down here, I have access to the mechanism that actually drives the whether or not you can see the anvil, which right here is just a piston. Point a block down, the anvil is right behind this block. So all it is whenever this item filter gets pulsed, it pushes this redstone block over here. So it doesn't switch, it's not a T flip-flop. Just pushes the redstone block over here. And whenever you exit, I draw off that pulse from the doors and push the block this way, which of course just raises the piston again. So very, very basic redstone there. Just simplicity at its finest. So then of course when you want to leave here, you can just do that. And I mean, people can tell there's a door there, but I don't know. If they really want to look at a bunch of chests full of cobble, Power to them. But yeah, this is the grinder I made. I really like it. It's pretty much done. There are little tweaks and things I need to do. Oh, yeah. Also have time guides. I was a little bit generous with the time, so when I actually did 0 to 36 levels, it took about 25 minutes. But just to be safe, I said 30. And then to go from 27 to 36 takes about 15 minutes. Again, I was a little bit generous with this. It's actually closer to 13 or 14 minutes, so I just wanted to make sure that they had plenty of time to actually get the levels, so they can just come over to this half of the room where you can't hear them. I mean, you can hear the zombies above, but you can't hear the mob of them amassing over there. They can just wait here, check the time. Right now it's 1:52. So if I wanted to come back in 20 minutes, there'd probably be enough zombies there to get me to level 36, and then I could just go and enchant real quick. But yeah, so that's the grinder. I'm rather a fan of it. It's definitely the nicest grinder I've ever made. It's not the fastest, it's tied for the fastest. I actually, on the old server, which I still need to give you guys a tour of, I found a double spawner there as well. It wasn't nearly as well lined up as this one, but wasn't, damn it. I mean, it was just as fast, obviously, because you keep the same number of spawners, so there we go. Yeah, so that's all I really have for you right now. Other than redoing the redstone there and finishing up the grinder, I've started farming some animals over there. Thinking if there's anything else. Oh, next video, I'll probably go and actually decorate this house. I know I designed this house as like a time-lapse footage of me building it, which I don't remember when I uploaded that, but I'm actually going to get around to decorating the interior. So, you guys have that to look forward to. Let me think what else. I think that's it for this video. Again, thank you for watching. I will talk to you next time.